Hey guys, it's AuthorAseera. We're back for another review. We're going to be doing a review of From. Okay, so we're going to be covering episodes 2 and 3. Come on, come on, come on, come on, gather around. Okay, like, subscribe, comment, share. Let's keep this channel growing. Asira does reviews of TV, film, and also books. Okay. It is your friendly neighborhood author, award-winning author, Asira, Aseera. Like, subscribe, cost you $0. $0. The channel is growing. I'm so excited. The more it grows, the more we're going to get this little setup together, better lighting and all of that. Grow with me, grow with me, grow with me. Okay, so again, gotta tell y'all, have to tell y'all that we are sponsored by Stacks. We are sponsored by Stacks rolling papers. These are their king size cones. You can stuff your whatever in there. Okay, that's your business. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me nothing. That's your business. I know I'm close. I'm close. I'm back. I'm back. Back. And then we have their rolling papers. Yes, that look like $100 bills. The cutest things ever. Oh, I love them. So, and this from somebody who doesn't really even smoke like that. But let me tell you, aren't these cute? That make you want to roll, don't you? Rolling in $100 bill. Come on, it's all money. Run it up, then blow one. That's what they say around Stacks. Run it up, then blow one. So again, sponsored by Stacks. This video is sponsored by Stacks Rolling Papers, and I will link them below once the video is up. Again, have you liked? Have you subscribed? Of course you have. We just talked about it a few minutes ago. I remember telling you, and I know you did it. Just because I asked nicely and it's free, and I will do the same thing for you, and I will. So let's support each other around here. All right. So again, we're going to be doing free. I'm free from. It's free to subscribe, but we're going to be doing a review on From episodes 2 and 3 ish. Okay, so this is I would want to call this the box and the choice. Okay, so we know that we have Boyd, who is the sheriff. We have Kenny, who is his deputy, and then we have the family who has come into town, um, and they are like trying to get their bearings. Like, okay, like what's going on here? They're staying at the place called Colony House, which is like a big ass Woodstock. They in there screwing, smoking, drinking, sharing clothes, doing whatever. And then it's out in town, right? So there, places out in town like houses and things like that. So their colony house, and then they have their daughter who we call bitch in training. And then they have little Ethan, who's their son. The father is Jim, and the mother is Tabitha. Okay, so we got to keep our eyes on that family because they're really like some of the main characters in this. So where do we start? Where do we start? Okay, so with the family, okay, they've had the accident. Ethan, the doctor, Dr. Christy was able to get the table leg out of his leg. So now, they are all bunking in Colony House. And they're like, okay, we're going back, to get the clothes. And of course, our little bitch in training, which is their teenage daughter who just gives attitude all day, every day. She's like, well, I don't want nobody touching my stuff, or whatever. So I want to go too, just always like throwing problems, you know what I'm saying? And then we have little Ethan, and he's seeing like this little boy dressed in white. We don't know what this little boy is doing yet. We'll get into him more down the line. I know we said we're gonna keep our eye on him, and we still are. We're just gonna keep our eye on him, and what he, has to bring to the table. But that's gonna be a little bit later down the line. So they're at Colony House trying to figure, everything out. So that's kind of what's going on with the family when we kind of start this. They've gotten the word that, this is basically you live in Monsterville now. Get used to the piss tasting vodka and sharing clothes. And then they tell them that they have a choice. They can either stay in Colony House or they can live out in town. So they're going to take the family out to look at the houses out in town. Put a pin in that. So remember in episode 1 when little Megan and her mom got killed because the husband Frank did not nail them damn windows shut, and knowing that he had an inquisitive daughter who was able to let a demon in to rip her and her mother to shreds. Ugly. Like I said, when a movie kill you ugly, God, that's it. Like they don't care. They don't care nothing about your feelings. So they don't care nothing about us. So they killed them real ugly because that's how the demons do. And so Frank was put in jail. And there is a one of the laws that Boyd came up with for punishment was something called the box. And if you break the laws, then you get put into the box without a talisman. Because we know from episode one, what does the talisman do? The talisman keeps the demons out at night. So as long as your ass is in the house before them street lights come on, or before sunset, and you got your talisman hanging, it can't be on the floor. That thing fall, it's a wrap for you. Make sure it's hanging. So I make sure it's nail tight. Okay. The demons cannot come in, right? So you have to stay in a box without the talisman. So basically you're sentenced to death is what it is. Okay. So you're basically just sentenced to death. So Boy is like, he goes to Father Khatri and he's like, look, I don't want Father, he's the priest. He like, yo, I don't really want to put Bull in a box. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to kill nobody around here. I just made the box to deter people. I just want them to do what they supposed to do. It's supposed to scare people into doing what they supposed to do. Father Koch, he thinking Father Khatri gonna be like, bless you, my brother, don't kill nobody. Father Khatri like, dog, if you built the box, okay? If you don't put old boy in it, everybody gonna be looking at you like you a punk and they could do whatever they want to do. Ooh. And they can do whatever they want to do. So you gonna have to put him in there. He like, dog, I thought you was gonna tell me, peace be unto thee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No violence. You know what I'm saying? Let's just march and you know what I'm saying? And turn the other cheek. You telling me put old boy in the box. So he like, yeah, put him. Yeah, I mean, you can do what you want to do, but I'm just telling you that if you don't put him in the box, they're gonna be looking at you crazy. That's all I got to say. Boy, like, you ain't no damn help. And he like, dog, you came over here to hear what you wanted me to tell you what you want me to tell you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. And I can respect it. Tell them the truth. And it's true. If you come up with a law and it's like, okay, this has a consequence to it, and you don't follow the consequence, then the people gonna continue to do what they want to do. They're not gonna respect the law. So you gotta put them in a box. So Boy is like, all right, man, I don't want to put Frank in a box. So that's what's going on with Boy right now. Okay. So we have another player that comes into the game. So we have Jade, right? So Jade and Toby. Remember, those are the crackheads that caused the damn car accident, right? So Toby was in the hospital because he's the one who, like, he was driving and he kind of made it into town, and that's how they found out that the family was out there stuck in their RV. So he's in the hospital or whatever. So Jade, we find, is passed out in the back of the in a car. So Jade thinks, okay, so let's talk about what Jade is, the comic relief, okay? So let me just make sure. I know his name is Jade, but sometimes I just be, yeah, sometimes I just be checking after myself, even though I already know the answer. So Jay is the rich asshole, okay, who was in the back of the car high, didn't know what was going on. So they set him down and they told him, look, dog, you in Monsterville now. You got to be in and you got to have this talisman at, and so he thinks they playing because he's, okay, so he's rich, right? He has just sold his company for crazy money. Him and his friend Toby, they've known each other forever. He doesn't even know that, we'll get into whatever's going on with Toby. So they tell him what happens, and he literally thinks that Toby has set up like this, like, live action puzzle type thing with real actors and characters. Like, he don't believe Boyd is true, for real. He don't believe that Donna, who is the leader of Colony House, is for real. None of them. He thinks that it's a game. He thinks that, like, his friend took him to hired these actors in this town to make him run around and find clues behind this crazy story that demons come out at night. Like, they like, all right, he don't believe us. What should we do? They like, just let him run around till the sun go down. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll grab his ass or whatever. Just whatever. We ain't got time for him. So put a pin in Jay. Jay is running around town. Matter of fact, he took Sis' bike. Okay, she about to take her little bike ride around Colony House, from Colony House down through the town or whatever. Probably, stop at the diner, pick up some eggs and shit for breakfast or whatever. Jay take her bike and he started running around town, thinking he getting clues. He goes to the diner to get some food. He's talking to Kenny, who's the deputy. He like, am I supposed to get a piece like a clue from you or something like that? Like, he really thinks that this is staged. He has no clue that this is life. Okay, he has no clue that this is life. So you got Jay running around town trying to just thinking he in like a movie, you know what I'm saying, or like, you know what I'm saying, and they him and his friend obviously got the money to do that, so it wouldn't be, crazy to him, you know what I'm saying. It would be like, I guess, just something that him and his friend would do for each other. So he's just like, oh my bro, he's trying to punk me, you know what I'm saying, but I'm gonna figure this puzzle out. All right, dog, go ahead, run around. So then you have Sarah. Okay. So this is what's going on with Sarah. Sarah is hearing voices. All right. And it's not crazy to be hearing voices. So this is a thing that I have, issue I have with this place. Sarah is hearing voices. She does not tell anybody initially that she's hearing voices. These voices, and Sarah has a brother Nathan. Remember, we talked about that in video 1. So Sarah is hearing voices, and the voices are telling her something. We find out that the voices are telling her she needs to kill certain people and make it look like the demons did it. Also, she needs to leave the door open to a specific place so the demons can get in and kill people. So she's hearing these voices, and they're telling her, we find out that if she does not do this, then her brother will die. But if she does sacrifice just a few people, just give us a few people, like 2, 3 people, sacrifice them to us, you know, make it, look like this. And then you and your brother, everybody can go home. So she's like, okay. But she doesn't tell anybody at first that she's hearing voices, because she thinks that what people are going to think she's crazy. So it kind of alludes to she had like a mental health issue before she got there as you watch it more. So my thing is, if you are in a place where there are demons and monsters, literally, like for real, I'm not gonna think that if I tell somebody like, yo, I'm hearing voices, they're not gonna think I'm crazy. They're gonna be like, all right, what the voice is telling you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try and help, because it's not out of the question to be hearing voices in a place where monsters are literally real. But what does she do at first? She does not tell anybody. So she goes to the hospital and she kills Toby, but she does it in a manner that would make people think that the monsters did it. And so then the monsters are still telling her, these voices are still in her head, and they tell her, leave the door open to the clinic. So she leaves the door open to the clinic, where we know Kenny's dad, who has dementia, and the nurse are. So guess who gets killed? And it was so sad. Guess who gets killed ugly? Poor Mr. Chess player, Mr. Lou, gets killed ugly. The nurse gets killed ugly, and she killed Toby herself. So she goes home and she's watching. Nobody knows. Like, they just think this is what they think, because Mr. Lou has dementia. They think that somehow he opened the door for the demons and took the talisman down, not knowing, because he doesn't know any better, and got himself, the nurse, and Toby killed. This is what everybody is thinking. So Sarah goes home. She takes a shower, like, and her brother's like, "Okay, you're washing blood off yourself. What's going on?" So she tells her brother what's going on, and he keeps it a secret at first. Okay, so right now Sarah is, hearing voices. She has herself killed somebody and then contributed to the death of two people her brother knows. And what is her brother going to do? Put a pin in that. So let's go back to Boyd. So Boyd does not want to kill Frank, right? So he tells Frank, look, take this talisman. It's a cabin at the edge of the town, and go, just like, make your way the best way that you can. So Frank is considering that, because he's like, look, I don't want to kill you. You know what I'm saying? He's, at church praying about it, and he walking around town, he thinking about it. He really does not want to kill Frank. He really built that box just to deter people from doing it. He really does not want this man to get ripped to shreds for, by demons, even though he is the reason that his family got killed. So he's like he's giving Frank an out. In the meantime, it is choosing day. So when you find yourself in Monsterville, this is what we call it, you have to choose where you're going to live. Are you going to live in Colony House, where they sleeping on couches on the floor, they sharing pillows, people going through your luggage, taking your shirts and your pants, and you know what I'm saying, taking whatever. You got what's his face eating all the peaches. Like, are you going to stay here in Colony House? It's like a free fall. People smoking, getting high. It's like, people who don't want rules, kind of, what I'm saying? But really, they have to have rules to live. Or are you going to live out in a place in town? So Father Country's like, okay, I got to take the family, Tabby and Jim, and, y'all out to look at the houses. So they take them out to look at the houses or whatever. And do you know what house is going to be theirs? The house that Megan and Laura, Frank's family, got killed in. Not just that, but you take them to this house like, oh, hey, this will be your house. Take them upstairs and y'all ain't even cleaned up the blood. Like y'all buried the bodies, but the blood is still all over little Megan's bedroom. I'd have been like I might have chose Colony House just because y'all ain't got no cleanup crew for the daggone just because y'all don't have no damn cleanup crew for the bloods. And then this is where y'all want to put me. So they have to decide, are we gonna live in Colony House, are we gonna live out here in town? Okay. Kenny is having a whole damn breakdown because his dad died. So, Kenny's having a breakdown. He's out chopping wood down because now he wants to make, more chess pieces. So of course, he's in mourning for his dad, as he should be, because he found his dad guts ripped open at the hospital and thinks that it was his dad's fault and that he should have been there instead of helping these people. You know what I'm saying? So he's just like, it's just guilt all over the place. His mom is sad about it. His mom's the one who runs the diner. She cooks and everything, Mrs. Lou, whatever. So they're sad, they're in mourning or whatever, but they're still trying to, like, be a part of the community. So you have that going on. So now it is time to choose. And I'm kind of like, I'm so sorry. We're 16 minutes in and I didn't say spoilers, but I'm going to put this going to be spoilers. So it's time to choose, right? Let's go. So it's time to choose where you're going to live. So they have seen the house and all the places out in town, and then they know it can either be Colony House or it can be out in town. So they're all, gathered together, all the people from Colony House and then the people from town, because it's like literally you have to like pick up a rock and choose like which one you're going to choose. Are you going to choose um a are you going to choose this fly is getting on my nerves, Joe. Like I don't well, we have family visiting. I'm sorry, sidebar. We have family visiting. So people were like in and out the house or whatever. So the front door kept opening. So now it's like a damn fly in here and it's like, get on my damn nerves. Sorry. Anyway, um, so, and if I can't even pause. If I pause, I'm gonna have to start all over again. And I'm not, because we're already 17 minutes in. So, all right. So you have to choose. So you've got Jade running around. He's at the choosing ceremony. Like, listen, this is this is all fake, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, whatever. He's thinking it's all a performance, so he's interrupting it. The family is like, okay, the husband, the wife, and Ethan, because each person, even if you come in as a family, you have to choose individually where you want to stay. So the dad is like, okay, we're gonna stay in town. Tabby, the wife, and mom, we're staying in town. Ethan, the little boy, staying in town. What does Bit do? What does Bit do? Our little bitch in training. What does she do? One guess. One guess what Julie slash Bit does. She chooses to stay in Colony House. And once you choose, that's it. Like you can't go back. Like your choice is final. And her, just despite her family, because she's being rebellious, chooses to stay in Colony House. When she made a whole big ass fuss at the beginning of two not about the fact that her mom and dad didn't take her back to the RV to go get her clothes because she hates people going through her clothing, and somebody's already taken her sweater and she's already slept on somebody's pillow, and they came and said, do you mind if I get my pillow back? Like, you were sharing pillows and drool. There are people drool on their pillows. Like, what are we doing around here? Colony House? No, I never would have. Like, they look like a fun place to visit and go, what I'm saying, visit your friend over there and maybe smoke a little bit, but then go back to your house in town. Like, Colony House, I cannot. So she chooses, as an act of rebellion, to stay in Colony House, which like her parents, like this last 24 hours basically has been crazy. So that throws them off. So the mom's like, well, I want to stay in Colony House. I don't want my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter, staying over there by herself, I'm saying, without the family. Nope, you already chose town. You got to stay in town. Jade's walking around like, oh, you guys are such great actors. This shit's crazy, and then Frank walks up with the talisman that Boyd has given him to tell, for him to go live out in town, out on the edge of town or whatever, safely. So he comes and is like, look, I don't want I don't want to be saved. My girls are gone, my wife, my daughter, they dead. I deserve to die ugly. I deserve to die the way that they died. He's like, I wasn't always like this. And I feel a way for Frank, because I feel a way for everybody. Because let me tell you, and I got a little bit of drink in the cup because, like I said, family haven't been drinking really, but family has was in town, so he's having a little sip. So for the piss vodka at the gas station bar, we're gonna take a sip. That is actually not piss vodka. That's good stuff. Okay, so um, so he's like, listen, I was a good dad. You know what I'm saying? Christmases, everything. My daughter loved me. He had even built her a swing, right outside of town, to play on and everything like that. And he's like, I wasn't always like this. I didn't become this drunk, I'm saying, that didn't nail his window shut until I got here in town. Like, it really being in this town really affected me, and I messed up. And now the only two people I love in this world are dead. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go in the box. And Boyd is like, no, dog, I gave you a talisman. Like, hit the road. He like, nah, I'm gonna just take my punishment. You know what I'm saying? He stood on business. We can't even be mad at Frank. Frank stood 10 toes down on business. Okay. So, all right. So we got, the family moves into their house. Boyd is like, look, Jade, because Jay is just like making a damn spectacle. He's like really an asshole. Like, he's the guy that, like, he's like fun, but you can't, like, you don't want to work for him. You know what I'm saying? He's just like typical. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, he's the comic relief that you need in this show, but like in real life, you couldn't deal with Jade. You know what I'm saying? But he is, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, like, he's like one of them super smart guys who is a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? He has people doing whatever he wants them to do, and he really thinks that he is in a play. Like, he thinks this is a game. So he's like making a big ass scene at choosing day. So Boyd grips his ass up. So now this is when he finds out that this shit is real. Like, they really believe this. And here's the thing: before it's this time for them to choose, he actually finds like this little like root cellar. You know what I'm saying? Like them cellars that you need to stay in if you are like if it's a twister, you know what I'm saying, or something, like if you live out in, like, I guess Kansas, you know what I'm saying, them little roots, you got to pull the doors up. And he actually saw something there, and it looked like somebody that was like dead, you know what I'm saying, a boulder on them, and then like all of a sudden he didn't see it anymore. So it's like, he thought he was seeing things, but he also thought that this was a part of it. Like, it's no way that, like, that part right there, even if I did think that this is a game that somebody set up for me, that right there would let me know it was not a game. The fact that I saw that and then all of a sudden it was just gone. Like, he just was like, he just walking around like, good job, Toby. That's genius. That was genius. Like, really thinking that his friend has put this on when really his friend did. Like, he don't even know. So Kenny takes him because now he's shouting, I'm a sue, I'm a sue. He's mad because Boy done like told him, like, dog, get out of here. Like, we trying to have a serious this is a serious situation. Kenny, I'm sorry, Kenny takes him over and shows him, look, the sun about to go down. Okay. We let you think that this is a game long enough. He showed him Toby in his grave. Okay, here's Toby. He's dead. Toby did not set this up. This is your life now. So Jade is like, what the F? The same thing that anybody else would have done. He go to the bar where he get piss water vodka. You can't even get drunk off of good stuff. This in this place. Like, this is just crazy. It's so good though, y'all. So anyway, he's getting drunk and he's like, all right, this is crazy. And Kenny's like, okay, my dad died. You can come stay at the house with me and my mom. So he goes to stay at the house with him and his mom. A little bit goes over to Colony House. Tab, Ethan, and what's his face? The dad, Jim. They go move into their house with the bloody bedroom. I just can't. So they're all sleeping in one room because the other room still got, guts in it. I would have, I'd been like, you ain't got like a apartment, like a condo around here or something. I gotta stay in this house. Like, you ain't even cleaned the room. Like, what is y'all doing? Like, what y'all talking about? So anyway, Frank gets put in the box. And the whole time I'm like, they're not really gonna kill Frank. He's gonna put the talisman up, this, that, and the other. Afraid not. Frank meets his demise in the box. He is put in the box right at sunset. and the demons come and they rip his ass apart. And boy is just sick about it. So that is what we have. Let me make sure I touch like all the bases because, like I said, it is spoilers. Oh, okay. Oh, so this is what we're gonna lead into, right? So Nathan goes to Father Khatri because he has a confession. So remember, Nathan is Sarah's brother. So he does go to see Father Khatri. So we're going to put a pin in it again. And then we're going to come back and we're going to review the next 2 to 3. And I say 2 to 3 because I never know, like when I come on here, like, okay, from because it's 2 seasons of it. I'm like, all right, how far, like how deep into this episode am I going to get? Because I don't want to just like come on here and like do the whole season. You know what I'm saying? I want to do like episodes at a time. So that's why I said this is called the box and choosing day. So Frank is in the box and it's time to choose where you want to live and what we have deemed here on AuthorAseera Reviews as Monsterville. Okay. So that is what's going on in Monsterville up until this point. Also, there's another character who, you know, people would think is strange. I have not started to talk about him yet, but we are going to bring him in because he is an important part of this. So in the next review, we will talk about him. If you know what his name is, comment because I'm so sure that you guys are watching this with me. I told y'all to. I came on here. I remember. I came on here and I said, From is good as shit. Y'all need to tune in and watch it. And I know that y'all ran to MGM and started watching it because y'all trust me. Y'all trust me. Y'all trust me. So y'all have liked, y'all have subscribed, y'all are going to comment, and y'all are going to share. Y'all going to go to www.stacksrollingpapers.com and order yours. You are going to watch it. You are going to watch the rest of the videos on here. You're going to support, and then I'm going to support whatever you're doing. And we're just going to have a time. We are going to have a time. So come back for the next From review. Again, I said like family was in town. I didn't have a lot of time, but I did want to get on here and just update the From review. When I say that this is such a good horror, fantasy, supernatural show, it's so good. Like it just keeps you locked in. And the whole time, like you're just trying to figure out like, okay, what's this person gonna do? What's that person gonna do? And it's just crazy. Like it's just like all of these different elements just get introduced in every episode. Like, you know, really, you just want Boyd to, you know, usher them into another 100 days, damn near, of nobody getting killed. But these people are unpredictable because it's unpredictable. Like mentally and emotionally, you find out like this is what your life is now. You can't trust people to do like follow the rules, you know what I'm saying? And people are gonna like do what they can to escape their reality. And that's what Frank did, and he had to suffer the consequences. And then Sarah's reality is that she's hearing voices and she's not telling anybody. You know, it's like, why wouldn't you tell? I'd have been like, something is talking to me and it's telling me to kill y'all. So you go ahead and lock me up or do whatever you need to do, or if y'all need, you know what I'm saying, whatever the situation is. Because what are they going to say? That's unbelievable. If you got to keep a demon out your house, you know what I'm saying, from killing you at night, any what are you going to say to somebody is going to be like, oh, that's far fetched? Nothing. It's nothing you can say. It just is what it is. So those that covered episodes 2 and 3 of in this review of From. Again, sorry I did not warn y'all in the beginning. It's going to be spoilers, but it will be in the title that it is going to be spoilers. I hope you guys are locked in. Comment, okay. Follow me on my TikTok, which is AuthorAseera, and on my IG, which is Dreamwakework, Dreamwakework. Okay, dream, wake up, and get to work. That is what I'm about. That's what my company is about. My publishing company. That is what we do around here. We dream, we wake up, and we get to work. So again, thank you guys for hanging with me on this review. Thank you guys. The channel is almost at 3,000 in the last week and a half or so, y'all. And then like you guys are viewing my reviews, so that my reviews are in the hundreds and the thousands, and I am not hundreds of thousands, hundreds, and some are in the thousands. And I'm so excited because you know I hadn't been on here in a while. So for you guys to like be coming back because people have been asking me like, when are you gonna be back on your channel? You need to get your channel back up and instead. And I'm like, oh, I want to have this together and I want to have that together. And then I'll be doing so many other projects and writing for people and things like that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna come on and start doing it. And then as I do it, I'm just going to have the people grow with me. And I just think that that's the best way. You know what I'm saying? I love when my readers, come with me, like my readers who have been with me since I first published in 2017, who are still with me now. My clients for my hair and skincare line, because as y'all see when I come on here, the skin be skinning, no filter. Um, and for all of my endeavors. So it's just like support. That's what I love. You know what I'm saying? The support. So I just want to thank you guys so much for rocking with me. My next review is going to be on the next couple of episodes of Love During and Love After Lockup, because that's crazy, season 5. So we're going to be doing a lot of things on here, and another book review is coming soon. So thank you guys for hanging out. Like, subscribe, comment, share, cost you a ditto. I do it for you. And I do it for so many content creators. I hopped on their lives. I like their stuff, even if I can't stay the whole time, or even if I can't watch it all the way through at that time. And then I'll go back, I'll listen to it while I'm driving or whatever the case may be. So just support, especially, us that, you know. So I will see y'all in the next review. Toodles.